What's up guys, this is Blocks of Fury, and today I have another tutorial for you. So, if you've seen my other episode of the automatic cobblestone generator, which is over here, I went over how to make this in the other episode. It deals with an ARM bot, and it's pretty much the only way that I know of in Voltz to generate cobblestone completely offline. And you'll notice it had tons of problems. This was for the sake of simplicity and efficiency. If you'll know, in this coming tutorial that I'm doing right now, this is not possible in survival because frankly it's just not fun or smart to build this many like arm bots and chests and manipulators in survival mode. So I guess this is just like a cool project if you want to show it off in multiplayer, or if you're just incredibly material rich, then yeah, I guess it is a possibility. But here we go. So in the other episode, it could only run for like maybe an hour-ish. That's because the chest at the end would automatically overflow. Now I mentioned this in the other episode, and I just said, oh, you guys can figure it out. But in reality, no. It's actually really complicated, because in order to do this, you've got to set these programs, and you've got to figure out ticks, and it's just, yeah, it's not self-evident like I was making it seem. So I thought I'd go over it in more detail. In addition to extending this system, I also extended the coal system. So in the old episode, the coal would eventually overflow because this produces just a little bit more cobblestone than this can ever smelt. The rate of its production is faster than the rate of the furnace's smelting. So eventually it's going to overflow because, so the cobblestone will overflow, and then if this sends out proportional coal to the amount of cobblestone passing it, then it's going to send coal for cobblestone that it doesn't need. So I fixed that because I made the assumption that this is always going to be smelting. Now I just left this AFK for a little while, and obviously it messed. I've been messing with the system. So it's not perfect yet, but it's definitely it's very close to perfect, as you'll notice. What the? Okay, I think that, oh my gosh, okay, so that would be why I was testing this and I forgot to reactivate it. So that was rather stupid of me. But I was testing the system, and I took out this little bit of redstone, and yeah, obviously that made it not work because that was the intention. So I'll go over how this system is supposed to work. And what it's going to do is it's going to spew out a coal at the exact right time when it needs it. That's why I was so surprised that there was no coal in here and none was coming down. That's because, well, this was disconnected, the clock. So, what's going on here? I have got a, oh no, it's been a while since I figured out these numbers. Oh yeah, okay, that's right. So it takes, each coal is able to smelt 8 cobblestone, and each cobblestone takes 10 seconds to smelt. Now, each second in Minecraft is 20 ticks. So, you take the 20 ticks times the 10 seconds, and you get, oh geez, math refuses to be my friend. So, 20 seconds times 10 ticks is 200, wait, yeah, 20 times 10 is 200, Michael. Math. Okay, so that's 200 ticks. So, if it's going to do, each one is going to have 8 cobblestone, you need this times 8. Oh, whatever. I don't even know anymore. But anyways, forget the math. The calculations are correct. I'll just tell you the amount of ticks. So what we need over here is we need a 8,000 tick timer. Forget what I said over there. I'm just an idiot. I don't even know anymore. It's late at night. I don't care. So you need an 8,000 tick timer, and to do that I put down, or not 8, yeah, not 8,000, 800. Sorry guys. 800 tick timer, and to do that, you're going to put down 2 rows of 100 repeaters. Yeah, that's a lot of repeaters. If you didn't notice, it's a lot. Yeah, lots of repeaters. So you're going to put down 2 rows of 100 repeaters, right? And then you're going to make this into a clock. But this clock is not any ordinary clock. This clock takes 800 ticks, which is the correct amount of time for this to spew out a coal. So you're going to notice when this thing comes down, as it is so obediently right now, it's going to trigger this line of redstone, and it's going to stay that way, right? And that's going to spew out 1 coal. And then this will come down, and it will start smelting up this cobble. And it stays on, and then the next time this tick comes around, you'll see this, it'll come down, and it will trigger this manipulator, and it'll take out 1 coal out of here. And then the next time, it'll come over here, and then finally to the last one. However, when it triggers the last one, it's going to reset the entire system, and it's going to go back to the beginning. So it goes through 5 cycles. It releases 1 from each, and then resets, and then 1 from each, and then resets. So you've got each of these perfectly timed are going to spew out 1 coal. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. So if you've got 5 double chests full of coal, and each one can pump out 8 redstone, or not 8 redstone, each one can pump out a total of 8 stone, then you do the math, it's 40 full double chests of of smooth stone. So that's what I did. I made a system that will evenly distribute 40 of these double chests of cobblestone. This one's an overflow chest, just in case anything slips by. And it will slip by occasionally. As you'll notice, it is not completely perfect, although it is very, very, very close. You can leave this AFK for a long, long time. So what it's going to do is each one of these arm bots is set so it will grab 1 piece of stone. Then it will idle for 7,900 ticks. This will make it so it'll grab it, and then it'll wait just long enough for each individual arm... Okay. For each individual arm bot to grab a piece of for each one to grab a piece of stone. Now here's the problem. In single player, each time that you log on and log off, these things reset because it's like an internal server thing. They reset, so they'll go back to this position, which is really, really, really bad. Now you can fix this incredibly easily. All you have to do is right click and then left click. I'll do that real quick, and then you guys will see how it works. See? Oh crap. I'm an idiot. You right click twice. This is because you're just trying to reset the each one. So yeah, I'll show you the code right after I'm done with resetting these. Okay, I'm back, and yeah, just reset all of them. Now this would never happen on a real server. This is why you build this thing in a real server. But what's gonna happen now is these things are glitchy. So it'll grab it, and when it does, it's gonna idle and it's gonna spin. However, when it does reset, it's gonna reset right back to the original position. Not like it was before, but like this one is set. That one's not glitching out, but you'll see it will come back to like this position. It's just not working right now because single player worlds don't work the same, and it's resetting the internal server, and yeah, it just doesn't work very well in single player, because every time you log off and log back on, you're gonna have this problem. So yeah, build this in a server, or just keep your thing on while you're doing it. So that's what I've done. I've kept this on for a very long time, maybe 7 hours-ish, and I've got 25 stone. Let's see, that one is 25, that one is 23. Okay, that one's just off because I've done so much testing with it. 23. Yeah, you can see they're all perfectly distributed. This was not me putting in stone. This was me letting the system do its work. Now you notice there's slight okay, this is just where it hasn't gotten to yet. So it's on the 23rd rotation. For this side, I guess it's, yeah, same thing, but just the clock, I don't know. It's slightly messed up because as I was running it, I was experimenting. So I was taking in and out the programs, I was redoing them, and yeah, obviously if you're doing that, then it's going to mess up. So I'm just going to show you how these things work. I'll show you the right program. This is the right program, and I'll just put it right in here. And it's really simple, 6 commands. You just do that. And take that one out and put it back in the armbot. And then the other one is the exact same thing, except for at the beginning of the program, it's going to say rotate 180. And then at the end, instead of saying repeat, it's going to say repeat 5. That is going to make it so it repeats the last 5 steps instead of repeating all of them. So it does work perfectly in a server, just not really in single player. So obviously this thing's a massive hassle to build. I'll include a link to a world so you guys can check it out. And yeah, this redstone is pretty complex, at least for me. So I'll go over this now a little bit, just a brief tutorial. I did come up with this entire thing completely independently of any YouTube videos. It might already be out there how to do this, but I did do it myself, so there's probably a better way. But here we go. This system is somewhat like the one in the last episode. What it does is each time that a pulse comes through, it's going to basically run a test. It's going to send a pulse, and if there's a block right here, the pulse will be passed on, and it'll trigger whatever is down here. But if there's not a block, the pulse will be stopped right here, and then it'll trigger one of these. Now when it triggers one of these, it'll make sure that next time the pulse comes, that the block will be there. You can see this right here. Next time pulse comes, it's going to come through all these blocks, it's going to pass the test, and then it's going to come here. Now it's going to fail right here, but it's going to push this block, so that next time it will pass through that block, and it will trigger a reset. Now the reset is kind of complicated, and you'll see it right here. Oh no, you actually won't see it. You'll see it the next time the pulse comes down. But until then, I'll just show you this one and then go over the RS NOR latches. So see, it comes down here, and then it triggers that. Now you'll notice that block triggered this. Fun, right? And that pushed down a cobble, not a cobble, a coal. Just to show you how perfect this is, it's running out, and I haven't messed with this at all. It's running out, it's almost dead, and it's out, and there comes the coal. So that is timed down to the tick, perfect. That's down to the 20th of a second. So yes, it's incredibly accurate. It works perfectly. And here we go. This is kind of complicated if you're not acquainted with redstone. So, what's triggering all these things is the redstone pulse from this clock. The first one is going to trigger this. Now this right here is a bit. It's an RS NOR latch. It can hold 2 values. Now default, what's going to happen, and what's going to be reset into it by this resetter. Okay, so this is the resetter. It's going to come down, and it's going to trigger this bit of redstone. Now what happens with an RS NOR latch is there are 2 inputs, right there and right there. When that's triggered, it's going to turn that off, and it's going to hence turn that redstone off. That's going to make this switch on. So the 2 states are that torch on and that torch on. that torch on, and that torch on. So when this comes down, it's going to switch the state to this torch being on. When that torch is on, then it just sends that pulse down here, and it releases 1 coal. So by turning that torch on, and by switching that state, then that turns that line of redstone on. Now contrary to this, during the reset, it sends a pulse that's right here. So it sends that pulse right up and into that block. That resets it again, so then that torch is on and this one's off. That's what causes the reset and allows it to go and get triggered again. Now if you understood that, then all the other ones are really easy. The exact same thing happens with all of them with the reset. Oh, and here comes the... oh, no. 8,000 ticks is a very, very long time. As you can see, it's almost there. Oh yeah, here's my little red matter star. I just love the ICBM mod. It's so cool. A little laggy, but it's fun. And we're waiting for it to come down. And you'll notice I have these world anchors, and these are just so it can stay AFK. I want it to be a full 16 hours. Yeah, so those are just 16 hours, and I wanted this to be able to run for 16 hours straight without any intervention. So that's what it can do. That's the whole point of the 5 chests. 16 hours, completely AFK. And you will see the reset real quick here. And after the reset, you'll see this one get triggered, and it will all go off. I think that's pretty much it for the explanation. If you have any more questions about the redstone, please leave them in the comments. I don't know if I did the best job explaining, but I think the system is really, really cool. Please like, subscribe. Oh, there it is. And see all of them go right off. And there should be a coal chugging down. And just the accuracy of this amazes me. Like, I built the system and I still don't know how it can be this accurate. You can see the flames going down, and it'll hit 0 right as the next coal pops in. Very accurate. Yeah, so reset, it works perfectly. I'll include a link down to the world in the description. And yeah, please, if you like this video, please give me a like. It would help a lot. A subscribe, that would be great. Even better. Favorite this video. And just all of you guys, thanks so much for supporting me. I've loved this experience. It's been really awesome to have even a small amount of subscribers, a little bit of a loyal fan base. Thanks so much for this opportunity. Really appreciate it. See ya, blockheads.